students. Today we are going to learn the remaining parts of chapter number 5, that is inside the atom. In this video we are going to learn about what is valency and what is valence electron and what is called as atomic number and mass number of the atom and isotopes and what is nuclear reactors. So first see about valency of an element. So valency is the number of the chemical bonds which is formed by an atom. So atom having the capability that how many number of bonds it can form with the another atoms. Valency of the element remain constant in its compound. That means every compound is having the specific valency. So the concepts regarding valency of an element, chemical bonds in the compounds get clarified from the electronic configuration. So how to determine the electronic configuration we have studied in the last lecture. So atoms forms the chemical bonds by using electron of its outermost shell. So valency of an atom is determined by the electronic configuration of the outermost shell, and therefore the outermost shell is called as the valence shell. Why? Because it contains the valence electron. So also the electron in the outermost shell is also known as valence electron. So outermost shell is called as valence shell and it contains valence electron which determines the valency of an element of or the atoms. Now see, valency of the element is related to the octet rule. So what is octet rule? Octet rule is the atom. Okay, octet rule dictates that atoms are more stable when their valence shells are filled with the 8 electrons. Means the last shell of the atom, if contains the 8 electron, that means this atom is the stable atom, that they cannot react with other compounds. So it is based on the observation that the atoms of the main group elements have a tendency to participate in the chemical bonding in such a way that each atom of the resulting molecule has 8 electrons in the valence shell. So octet rule is only applicable to the main group element. It is not applicable to the inert group element. Uh, the, uh, the atoms, for example lithium, helium, argon, this atom has the complete electronic orbitals, so that's why they cannot take participates in the chemical reaction with the other elements or with the other atoms. So see in figure 5.8, hydrogen is having only one electron in its orbit. That means it requires one electron to complete its shell. Why? Because in first shell, first shell which is known as K shell, having the capability maximum to having maximum electron is 2. So that's why hydrogen is having valency 1. Helium is having 2 electrons. So valency of the helium is 0. It is inert. Helium is an inert element. That means it cannot take part in the chemical reaction. Now see in carbon, in first orbit there is 2 electron and in second orbit there is 4 electron. So in second orbit, to complete octet means 8, number 8. So to complete the 8 electron, it requires 4 electrons. That means the valency of the carbon is 4. Now second is neon. In the neon, in first orbit 2 electrons are there and in second orbit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. 7 electron is there. That means it requires only 1 electron to complete its octet. Okay, in sodium, first orbit contains 2 electrons, second orbit contains 8 electrons, and third orbit contains only 1 electron. So that means for complete the octet it requires 7 electron, but it is easy to lose 1 electron instead of gaining 7 electrons from the other atom. That's why valency of the sodium is 1. Now see valence electron. So as we have studied that valency of an atom is related to the number of the electron which in that atom. So valence electron means the number of the electron present in the valence shell, that is outermost shell of the atom. So atom of helium and the neon do not combine with any other atom. These elements are chemically inert, means they have the complete octet shell, outermost shell. So it means that their valency is 0. So atom of all the element except inert gases have tendency to combine with the other atom and have tendency to participate in the chemical reaction. So that's why they are having non-zero valency, means they have some valency because their outermost shell is incomplete. So that's why they can participate in the chemical reaction with the other atoms or with the other elements. Now see how to determine the valency of the electron. Okay, so see, if the number of the valence electron is less than or equal to 4, so valency of the element will be equal to the number of the valence electron. But if the number of the valence electron is greater than 4, then the valency of an element will be equal to 8 minus number of the valence electron. So for example, in carbon there is 4 electron in the valence shell, that means valence electron is 4. So valency of the carbon will be equal to 4. Why? Because if number of the electrons is less than or equal to 4, then valency will be equal to the number of the valence electron. So in case of carbon there is 4 electron present in the valence shell, so valency of the carbon will be equal to 4. But in sodium, now see in this table, that is table number 5.9, relationship between the valency and the electronic configuration. So in first column symbol of the element is given, and the in next second column molecular formula of the compound is given. So first is hydrogen. Hydrogen is having only one atom, so the valency is also 1, electronic configuration is also 1. The number of the valence electron will be 1. And for chlorine, chlorine is having electronic configuration, that is 17. Okay, so 287 is the electronic configuration of chlorine. So that means in the outermost orbit 7 electron is there in the chlorine. So valency of the element will be determined if the number of the electron is greater than the 4. So valency is determined by number of the electron which is present in the valence shell. Okay, means 8 minus number of the electron which is present in the valence shell if the number of the valence electron will be greater than 4. So see, in the chlorine number of the valence electron is 7, that is 7 is greater than 4. So valency is determined by 8 minus 7 will be equal to 1. Next is neon. Neon is having 0 electronic configuration. So valency will be equal to 0. No, electronic configuration of the neon is 10. That means 2 and 8. So last orbit of the neon is complete, that is octet. That's why valency is of the neon is 0. Now next is fluorine. So atomic number is 9. That means electronic configuration is 2 and 7. So 7 is greater than 4. That's why 8 minus 7 will be the valency of the fluorine. Next is sodium, which is having the 11 electrons in its shells. So electronic configuration will be 2, 8 and 1. So only one electron is present in the valence shell, that is outermost shell. So that means number of the electrons present in the outermost shell is less than the 4. So that's why valency will be equal to the number of the electron which is present in the valence shell. So 1 is present in the outermost shell, that's why valency is also 1. Next is magnesium, which is having 12 atomic number, that means 2, 8 and 2 electronic configuration, so 2 will be valency. Next is carbon, which is having 6 electrons, so that means 2 and 4 is electronic configuration. So valency also will be equal to the number of the electron present in the outermost shell, that is 4. So valency of the carbon is also 4. Next is aluminium. Aluminium is having 13 atomic number, that means 13 electrons are present. So electronic configuration of aluminium will be 2, 8 and 3. So that is number of the electron which is present in the outermost shell is less than 4. So valency of the aluminium will be equal to the number of the valence electron present in outermost orbit, that is 3. So valency of the aluminium will be equal to 3. Now next is atomic number, mass number and isotopes. So what is atomic number? Atomic number is denoted by the letter capital Z. So atomic number is a number of the protons which is present in the nucleus of the atom. As we know, atom consists of nucleus, and in the nucleus positively charged protons and the electrically neutral neutrons are present, and the negatively charged electrons are revolving around the orbitals or shells. So atomic number is the number of the protons, only proton, which is present inside the nucleus of an atom. Next is mass number, which is denoted by the capital A. So mass number is the total number of the neutrons and the protons which is present inside the nucleus of an atom. Atomic number is number of the protons, that is small p, and mass number is the number of the protons plus number of the neutrons which is present inside the nucleus, that is the small p plus small n. Now next is isotope. So isotopes, the atomic number is a fundamental property of an element and it is a chemical identity. Okay, then some elements in the nature have the atoms with the same atomic number but different mass number. So such atoms of the same elements having different mass number are known as isotopes. Means isotopes are the elements which is having same atomic number but different mass number. They are known as isotopes. For example, carbon. Carbon has 3 isotopes, that is C12, C13 and C14. Okay, see in the picture. X is the element, Z is the atomic number and A is the mass number. Mass number is a n plus p, atomic number is only p, and X is a symbol of the element. For example, neon. So here 10 is mass number. Sorry, 10 is the atomic number, that is the number of the protons, and 20 is the mass number, that is n plus p, neutron plus protons. This is the neon 2. So isotopes of the neon is 2, that is neon 20 and the neon 22. That means isotopes means which is having same atomic number but different mass number. C. Atomic number is given written here below subscripts, which is same 10 10, but the mass number, which is A, is different. One is 20 and next is 22. Similarly, chlorine is having two isotopes, that is chlorine 35 and chlorine 37. So for example, chlorine is having two isotopes, that is chlorine 35 and chlorine 37. That means chlorine is having same atomic number, that is 17, but different mass number, that is 35 and 37. Okay, similarly carbon is having three isotopes, carbon 12, carbon 13 and carbon 14, and having the same atomic number, that is 6 and 6. So one homework is there, that you have to write the some 5 isotopes of different elements, and you have to write the uses of isotopes. What is the uses of isotopes? Now next point is nuclear reactors. So nuclear reactors or the nuclear power plant is a machine that generates the electricity on the large scale by using the atomic energy. So in a nuclear reactor, the nuclear energy in atom is released by bringing about the nuclear reaction on the nuclear fuel. So for example, uranium 235. Okay, this inert gas is bombarded with the slow speed of neutrons, and the nucleus of the isotopes of uranium, that is 235, undergoes the nuclear fission. Fission means division, to form the nuclei of the two different elements, krypton 92 and barium 141, and 2 to 3 neutrons. So on decreasing the speed of these neutrons, bringing about the fission of more uranium 235 nuclei, in this way chain reaction of the nuclear fission takes place. So this chain reaction of the uranium 35 is represented in this figure. That is one uranium 235 will be divided into the two different elements, that is the krypton 92 and the barium 141. Krypton 92 and the barium 141. So to control the chain reaction in the nuclear reactor, it is necessary to decrease the speed and the number of neutrons. Okay, so in India, total 22 nuclear reactors are present in the 8 places. Okay, Apsara, the named Apsara is the nuclear power plant which is present in the Baba Atomic Research Center. BARC, which is situated in the Mumbai, in the Chembur or Trombay area. So it is the first nuclear power plant or nuclear reactor in India, which went critical on 4th August 1956. So India has a large reserves of the element thorium 232. So therefore Indian scientists have developed the future plan for nuclear reactor, which is based on the production of the isotope uranium 233 from thorium 232. So you have to collect more information about nuclear reactors or nuclear power plant. This is your homework.